My name is Dee Kalman. I am your child's STEM teacher for the 22-23 school year. So STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. This is my 5th year teaching in Hackensack, and it is my 15th year teaching in Bergen County and only at the middle school level. A little bit of background of my certifications and qualifications to teach your children. I am middle school math, middle school science, and special ed certified. I am a proud member of the district equity team. I attended Muhlenberg College for undergraduate work with a degree in economics, and I got my graduate credentials from Georgian Court University. I grew up in Red Bank, New Jersey, so I've been a Jersey girl my whole life. It's about an hour south of Hackensack, and I have 2 children, Toby and Noah. So I think this quote right here is really important to me because it um, it highlighted for me that you are sharing a piece of your child's childhood, of your students' childhood with me. And I don't take that honor lightly. I don't waste their time. I really see each day as a possibility to teach them to think more. And that's my job, not to teach them what to think, but how to think. And so they can sort of create their own journey moving forward. So thank you for trusting me to be your child's teacher. So, on a side note, social media and learning how to navigate social media is a big part of this class. I wanted to plug the school's social media. Our school is active on Instagram, on Facebook, and also on Twitter. So, if you're not currently following the school on those 3 social media platforms and you have an account, it would be wonderful if you did. All right, so let's talk about our classroom environment. The class is designed to be student-centered. Seating is flexible, not that students do have assigned seats, and I think they do that, I purposely do that so when students walk into the room, they know that they have set real estate. It's not this anxiety of trying to get to class fast, so you can sit next to your friends. All of that is eliminated, but all of our chairs are on casters, so you can easily move your chair very easily, roll it across the room to work in groups. We have some tables on a high rise, so if you wanted to work standing up, you can do that. So we have our assigned seat to start class, but once we get into more of our projects as the semester picks up, there is a lot of flexibility for students to work collaboratively, to move around the space. We have a couch that's comfortable, and so students who with a little desk lap attached to it, so students can work in that space as well. I constantly encourage students that if they can help themselves to do so, that there's one of me and usually 20 of them. And so we have classroom supplies that if they need a ruler, if they need a pen or a pencil, just to get up and help yourself to make this more of a working space. I do offer a lot of layers of choice throughout my class with open play, which is my way of incorporating play into the middle school classroom. Open Play is a website that when students have any type of free time, they're encouraged to visit. So that sort of squashes the incentive of quickly finishing a project. So that you can do homework from other classes or anything like that. I don't want that. This is not a study hall. So if the student has any downtime at all, they are encouraged to choose an activity from Open Play, which is a website I maintain of all STEM related activities. They have a choice of where they learn, who they learn with, either individually or with groups, and what they learn. I introduce technologies, but students often self-select the topic. So our classroom environment, in the classroom, I can move this a little bit, we have no desks at all. And I purposely do that because I want this to be a collaborative space. All of our tables in the classroom are marker board tables where they can write on the tables with dry erase markers. Another piece of this class is, although STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, a lot of people assume it's sort of a glorified computer class, it's not. And so whenever I can get the students off the screens, and I think that's even more important post remote learning, that STEM doesn't have to be on a glowing screen. STEM can be collaborative work outside, like as in the picture at the top of the screen. Another piece, oops, don't know what that is. There we go. Here we go. We do have some paraprofessionals in some of our classes. So these paraprofessionals right here are other adults that you might see in the classroom with your child. So academics, in our class, there's no homework, there's no tests, there's no quizzes. However, students are still graded with an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F. Most students get an A or a B. So I don't want this class to be a stressful class. Although I don't assign homework, it's never an opportunity to do homework from other classes. Students are assessed with some of the warm-ups, some of the assignments, some of the activities. I don't necessarily grade for accuracy, but more so for effort, particularly with coding, which is a big part of the class. Coding is hard, and I want to encourage that fail forward. If I were to grade a student the first time they tried to code, then they wouldn't do well and they would be reluctant to even try. And I don't want that reluctance. I want students to fail and then lean into it and try to figure it out and try to overcome whatever obstacles there are with the assignment. So if I were to grade each and every step along the way, that would be a very stressful learning process. So if the student tries, they do well. Other pieces that we learn in this class, studentship skills that in my mind, I hope that will trickle into improving their academics in all of their subjects, such as proper keyboarding techniques, how to send an email, online research. We also learn about the history of computers in this class, the pros and cons of invention. So we talk about the innovation process, such as driverless cars, or even the pros and cons of social media. Philosophy. My teaching philosophy is to teach the students to be resourceful, not to memorize. I really care that they feel safe here. If they don't feel safe, they're not going to learn. I am constantly gauging their comfort, not so comfortable that they're sleeping, but comfort their that they're comfortable physically in the classroom and socially, but if they're a little uncomfortable, they're growing as a student. So slight discomfort is okay. Feeling unsafe is not. And then teaching the students to be a smart digital citizen is very, very important. A big part of this class is to hone the figure it out skills. These are the hardest skills to teach, but they're the most important in life. Project approach. I have 3 layers of my projects. Exposure, so such as our virtual reality unit. We have a class set of Oculus Quests. Step number 1 is to expose the students to virtual reality. That is passive consumption, where they'll put on the VR headset and experience a virtual reality setting. Step number 2 is I want them to create their own. And then step number 3 is to share and reflect. So once we get to step 2, the creation, that is active learning that they're creating. And then their final product isn't just for my eyes and their eyes, they're actually sharing. So now their audience has expanded. And when you share and reflect, then we're tapping into the lower levels of this pyramid of practice doing, teaching others. They're going to, students might ask them, oh, how did you add that feature? Or how did you code this feature? And they're going to have to answer those questions. And when they answer those questions, they're teaching others. So the passive consumption, step 1, is more so at the top of this pyramid. And our goal, I'm not happy with those percentages, and I'm sure you aren't either, is to hit the bottom. So they're truly learning these skills. We share on social media in the class. And so this is a great example of a student sharing their project on Muhammad Ali, which was really exciting. And when we share our projects, we'll tag certain organizations. So the Muhammad Ali Center was tagged, and it was really cool. And the student, like, I think this was better than any type of numeric grade he could have received when they responded, "Thank you for sharing." It was really the highlight of the year, which is exciting. So here's an example of other projects that we do in the class. We have a circuitry unit that we go over insulators and conductors, and we have an augmented reality project and a virtual reality project. We also have a unit of community outreach with guest speakers, and so they usually join our class through video conference. And we have this is a Rutgers student right up here, and she is studying computer science right now at Rutgers. We talk about proper social media usage, and what does it mean to be a troll and not to feed the trolls, and sort of just proper online behavior, which is really important for this generation. Communication. So if there are any questions for me, please don't hesitate to reach out. I truly see um, this relationship as a partnership in order to just ensure your child has the best experience in school. You can send to me an email, dkalman@hackensackschools.org. From there, if you prefer a phone call or to set up a video conference or even an in-person conference, please reach out. I truly look forward to being your child's teacher this year. And I hope you have a great year.